Oh, God.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Breakpoint. We want to kick off this amazing lineup of speakers and events by first thanking you all for coming to Amsterdam and for putting so much energy into this experience.
And thank you also to everyone who's joining us on the live stream and who couldn't be here with us today. Your presence is still felt at Breakpoint. I'm Austin Federa. I'm the head of strategy at the Solana Foundation.
And I'm Megan Hughes. I'm VP of marketing at the foundation.
It's been really an incredible year for Solana and for everyone here today. I think this is one of those moments that, what's happened on the network recently, the energy in this room, the creativity, the inspiration, it's really inspiring to see here.
And this year, we have an amazing lineup of speakers and events. We have over 30 news announcements from teams in this room. It's incredible to see. We have over 300 talks, and we have a diverse set of attendees, over 3,000 people across core engineers, app developers, and creators, all coming together to drive the future of Web3 forward.
Yeah, and this is actually my third Breakpoint, which is crazy to say. I joined the network in January of 2021, and back then, Solana was not a consensus bet. We really, as an industry, looked at the future of blockchain scaling and these architectures as something that was very different from the single global machine bet that Solana was making. And it's really incredible to see that all here. And Megan, this is your first Breakpoint.
Yeah, this is actually my first, and it's funny because I actually received the job offer 1 week before last year's Breakpoint, and I accepted that offer 1 week after Breakpoint. I'll let that timing sink in. But what I saw then is what I see now. I see a community that is deeply passionate about changing the world and the technology that's going to help make those dreams possible.
And it's kind of nice that, well, it's kind of funny that we joined 3 years apart, but it was at a very similar moment when the world was looking at Solana and the architecture and had some questions about it. And it's really awesome to see everyone here today.
Yeah, I imagine everyone in this crowd has similar journeys and experiences.
Yeah.
So to say that those who are building on this network have demonstrated grit and determination over the last year would be a true understatement. And that's why this year's Breakpoint theme is inspired by you all, by our community, Liquid Metal. It's about adaptability, strength, and movement. It's about being able to move through the changing tides and adjust. And the Solana community has done what it has always done. It's weathered the challenges, created new paths, and ultimately built something stronger and more impactful.
Yeah. So this is a slide from last year that some of you may recognize. This is the bear. These are all companies that were founded in the depths of bear markets and depths of recessions. But what I want to talk about today is something a little bit different, which is the bet. These are a whole series of companies that at a moment of transformation, either in their industry, in their business model, at a technology change, took a bet on something new that people weren't sure was going to work out. Apple with the iPod, Tesla with the idea of electric cars powered by batteries, EA switching from selling games in boxes to selling games online. NVIDIA 3 times bet the company on a new technology, a new system architecture, or a new manufacturing technique. And each of those times, that future was very much not predetermined. That was something where if that bet had gone wrong and they'd made the wrong choice, the company may no longer exist today. And I think there's a moment, too, where everyone who chose to build on Solana in the early days was also making that bet. All the engineers who contributed core code were making that bet. And I think we're seeing the end of that bet sort of take effect. The fruits of our labor are finally coming to fruition here. So this is just something to keep in mind as we go through the next few days, is that impact is linear and outcomes are nonlinear.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited by the content that you've all helped put together throughout this week. We have leaders from Google and Visa and folks like Rune Christensen coming here to talk about the future of Web3. But we also have experts like Peter Moore, who's going to come up and share lessons learned from his time not just making one bet, but two bets at EA and Xbox. So we have diverse creators and entrepreneurs like Nas Daily sharing their experiences, and we'll also have some live podcasts. We have folks like Gainforest and Greenpeace talking about climate change and using Web3 to drive that forward. So it's going to be truly exciting.
Yeah. So let's start out with an overview of where we are. This is our new campus for Breakpoint this year. We start off at the main stage, which is our hub for news and announcements that take place at Breakpoint. It's where we all are today. Next, we'll move on to the innovator stage. This is a staple of Breakpoint. This is where we'll have a lot of those deep, meaty conversations that aren't necessarily newsy, but really filter into what makes Breakpoint itself. And the developer stage, of course, are home for technical workshops and conversations.
Yeah, and we, for the first time, have a community base camp where folks will be showing new products, and you can go over there, meet the founders, and do some dog fooding. I hear there's also going to be some fun contests. And as you all know, we have a shuttle and a boat hub, so do download the app and get those schedules in your pocket.
So we also have a whole series of community events taking place over this week. Breakpoint is 4 days this year, which is longer than it's ever been. And this is a whole series of great events that we have going on, run by community members and core contributors. So we started off with MEVCamp, Block Zero, and the Network State. And then actually going into this week, we have the Neodyne Security Day, which is taking place tomorrow on the innovator stage. This is a whole day of security tooling and security researcher talks. I'm very excited about that. We have the Drip House, also run by Drip, which is an NFT and creator-focused day. And then IBC Amsterdam as well, which is running a blockchain interoperability session today. So really excited for all these great community events that are taking place.
Yeah, and so we just want to thank you all. We're truly grateful for you all coming here. You've put a lot of work into the last year, and it's going to be so exciting to get together in person and online and discuss all of that. So let's get started, yeah?
Yeah. So next up, we would like to welcome Anatoly, CEO of Solana Labs and co-founder of Solana. Welcome, Anatoly.